Okay. Hmm. Okay, so we did this shoot a while ago, and we're going to go through some of the photos and what the style that we're trying to go for is. Let's see. So I'm going to go and share the screen so that everyone can see. Oh, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Oh, 1 second. Let's see. $6,800. Okay, well, hopefully there's no problems with the stream because I did just get a little warning for it, but I'm sure it's fine. If it starts lagging or if it starts to look or sound bad, just let me know. Anyway, so I'm sharing my screen, and we're actually going to start in Capture One, which is what I used to tether everything. Now we're going for like a matte kind of a washed out faded type of look. Now most of the images that I have right here are some of the selects that I've made while tethered, but we were kind of just experimenting. As you see, like, look at some of these are pretty cool. Let me see if I can show you a bigger, oh, 1 second. So to these in Capture One, I added a little bit of like that matte filter, or it's not even filter, it's just like curves actually. So if you want to do something like that, you can just very easily, you don't have to do these in Capture One or tether in Capture One. You can just use Lightroom or any other tethering software. But Capture One, I mainly use it for work, and it's just because it's just way faster. And you can use it as an standalone editing software, but we're going to bring these into Lightroom and then edit through there. So for example, this is straight out of the camera. I do like some of this, how it kind of is a gradient of the backdrop, but this is a more pronounced, more exaggerated look. I haven't decided. We're just playing around with it, and basically that's what we're going to be doing on stream, is deciding what final look. I did add a post starburst look over here on the reflections, and I think I will be keeping those, but for now this is just an example. So this is, if you're familiar with my work, most of it is a cleaner type of look. So this was very experimental for me, and I'm okay with it. I do like how it turned out. I want to say we did 3 outfits, but right here we were experimenting with flagging, which is when you create a shadow, an intentional shadow, and block off part of the light, or you flag it is what it's called. So we tried with just the bodysuit, but really I think we came back to the actual blazer because it pulled everything together. See, I like this. This is a in-camera little glare on the earrings, and I feel like it really makes it pop and stand out. And again, that gradient is intentional. Like boom, like look at these. How sick are these? And even this color cast that you see on the skin, that's something that the new like filter in Photoshop just magically removes. I don't know how it does it. You will have to use a mask, and I'll show you in a second. This one's like pretty much done. It's essentially the look that we're going for. It's taking a little bit longer to load because this already has Photoshop baked into it. But this is essentially the look. We're just going to be adding some film grain. And then these are a little bit brighter, and that gives it that extra like high-end kind of magazine quality, which I'm going for. It's kind of like a new way of shooting. It's almost like what is it? Almost like blowing out your highlights, but the ones that come from the back. So almost like your hair light or your rim light's a little bit blown out, but that's intentional. So we do, right here you can kind of see a little bit of the behind the scenes. We have this light which is casting the flag light. On the left we do have a fill which isn't as strong as I would have liked, and then the backlight is the strong hair light. But it gives you this very cool look. So let's move on, because I did do a few variations of it, like this one, amazing. If I can bring out the details and the color of the skin, then I feel like it's basically perfect. But I love this. If I didn't 5-star it, then I am now. So we have a few more. Unfortunately, a lot of the outfits didn't match what we were originally going for, but this was just a test shoot that I was using this to practice for an upcoming project. That's why I'm showing you this. And hopefully the client that I work with will actually have the outfits that match the style. So for here, we were just trying a few motion to capture some motion. But we ended up moving over to a brick backdrop, and I'll show you. Where is it? Jeez, how much did we shoot? And we did like a spotlight effect. And again, we got something very, very cool. And that's just really flagging again. It's a continuous light, and we created that little sliver of light that creates this effect. Super cool. Last but not least, we did this on a more brighter, and I really wanted to get what do you call it, like really distort the images just a little bit. But I love these. I love this. Just so cool. And again, the outfit didn't go with it, but it still has the same effect, the same vibe for it, and I think it's really cool. And then at this point we were just playing with different patterns and backdrops. So these they don't fit, but they will for a different project. This is just kind of playing around and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and trying out something different that's outside of your wheelhouse. So yeah, don't be afraid to play around with it. But yeah, so anyway, so I got these and I brought them in here to Lightroom. And then we also did her digitals, so ignore those for now. But this is an example of what I would say is a finished version of it. And I guess if you're on mobile, let me see if I can move this over for you. Oops. Oh, here we go. Dadoy. So there, you can see it right there clearly, and that is pretty sick, if I do say so myself. You gotta hype yourself up, because you know what? There's too much negativity right now. If you don't like your own work, then that's the issue. So for this one, I do kind of think I'm going to stick to the gradient effect now that I'm like looking at them right. So let's just jump right into this one and start tweaking it and see what we come up with. Yeah, I mean, if anything, maybe we'll reduce this to 20% or 30%. That way the red is still pronounced, but yeah, I would say that this image is basically done. What I would add is a little bit of warmth. I use some actions that I've saved a long time ago, and it's just going to warm up the image just a little bit. But because my image already has red, if you look at the curves, you'll see that it essentially adds a little bit of red, and then it removes a little bit of blue. So for this one, I'm going to delete the red thing because, again, it's already there. And then, just to have a little bit more control over everything, we're going to add this only to this little area right here. And even then, I feel like it's too much. So probably what we'll try to do is we'll get hue and saturation, and for now I'll turn off the curves. We'll use the little selector thingy, and then we'll remove some of these reds. I just want to see if this works. We're going to copy the selection over. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to tweak this further because I really want to try to nail a better skin tone for this. But this doesn't look too bad. Except for the skin tone, which of course looks terrible. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of these features that I liked. Okay, so first of all, how sick is this image? Okay. we're gonna just jump right in. So I believe you just go to filter, neural filters. It's one of these. It's either colorize or harmonization. Oh yeah, it's colorize. So if you just kind of use your imagination, you just try to stick to just try to focus on the skin tones, because you'll delete the effect from everything else. Let's see what this does. Okay, yeah. This looks just about right. And we're going to export it into a new layer that's masked. And then what we'll do is invert it. And I'm not really like trying to teach you guys. I'm just kind of like narrating what I'm doing, I guess. So if you don't understand or if you don't get it, obviously feel free to let me know in the chat. But I'm not really teaching everything. Oh yeah, see, as I'm noticing, maybe this is a little too harsh on the reds. And that's okay. We'll just delete it a little bit. There you go. See, I like that. I'm going to also just show you how normally I would do something to clean up the hair like this. But I'm going to see if I can cheat this just by using generative fill. Which should theoretically work. Yeah. And you can leave something like that just to keep the hair more natural. We can also reshape this using liquify. So it'll be something like this. Just to get the hair kind of how you like it. And if you feel like it needs more details or something, you can always just add that in with generative fill. Something like that doesn't look too bad. I do have some presets that I use, or they're retouching. It's a retouching panel. And I'm not sure if it'll work with this right now, but we can try it. Yeah, it's very subtle. So this is what I would do. Especially because I feel like these type of blazers are kind of making a comeback right now, especially for women. So I think this is a good time for a photo shoot like this. We're going to accentuate these features. Whenever I do selections, typically on clothing, I do a 1 pixel. A 1 pixel fade or feather. I feel like it makes it look a little bit more natural than just 0. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I might try to darken this little highlight on her forehead a little bit. Honestly, along with everything else. Just to really highlight, or to have the other parts of the image just come through. Oops. And we'll remove it a little bit from the eyes because I feel like that actually helps. Very cool. Yeah, we're going to reduce this just a little bit. We'll keep it like something like this, a little smooth. And then we'll do a little bit of cleaning up, retouching. I've been liking this tool. What is it? The remove tool. I don't know if it's using AI or what, but it, you know what? It's been helping a lot. Maybe in these spots might be a little bit trickier, but for the most part. For the most part, it's been doing a good job. Yeah, look at that. That looks so good. And this is because these details kind of, they don't matter as much as a normal edit would. As they would, sorry, in a normal edit. So feel free to play around with this. You won't always get good results, but it's worth a try. I mean, you're waiting just like 10 seconds or so. And you might get something that saves you a ton of time. Yeah, I like that. I like stuff like this a lot. But now that I'm noticing, I'm just going to do it to all of it. Oops. And let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, that might be too much. So we'll delete this one. And then maybe I'll just put 70 or 60%. It's still a little harsh. Maybe something like that. That's fine. And it's just a little bit just to showcase. Just to show the features, I guess. I'm going to see if I can bring up the details for this earring. If I can, that'll be so good. If not, you know, we tried. So we are going to fake this. I guess in camera, you would want to try to Try to get it perfect. And we're just playing with it. I just want to see if it looks good. I'm going to try something that I've never really tried before with AI, and that's just put a color to it and a texture and see if it just does it. Let's see. If it does, that'd be pretty cool. Water break. Oh yeah, see, that's weird. But that's kind of cool. Maybe the star? Let's do something similar to this. Let's just see what we get. Ideally, you'd want to use like a pin light to really just shoot a little beam of light right at those earrings and see if you get something like the look that you're going for. Ooh, but it's adding this weird texture to the ear. I don't know if I like that. We might just have to leave these funky ones. I don't know. I don't mind this. We're gonna leave this for now. Just for fun. We're just having fun here. And I believe I do have the sparkle brush. So we're gonna add that. I got it from Flern, and that's a Photoshop YouTube channel. If you just look up sparkle brush, if not, I'll probably make a video and then I'll try to add that to you. That way you guys can just download it. It comes in handy. Boom. It looks pretty sweet. I might blur it just a hair. Maybe 2 hairs. Yeah, very cool. I like it. Should we rotate it? What do you think? Nah, let's keep it. Let's keep it. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so I'm just gonna save this, and this will transport us back into Lightroom. For the final one, I am gonna do a little bit more work on the hair and potentially the lips so that they look a little bit better. But for now, I have one preset that I made that is just like a matte. See? And I feel like that's kind of what we're going for. Either that or the wash. Or maybe the bright matte. See, now I'm second guessing myself. Maybe the bright matte. And we'll tone it down just a little bit. And then we'll add some grain. Just to give it that filmy vibe. So just to see what we have so far, I would say we have this one. That's 1, that's 2. And I thought one of these red ones was done. Maybe... Oh, did we not save it? Okay, cool. So let's do 1, 2, and 3. And you'll see that we're starting to get like a more unified vibe. Yeah, let's just go ahead and export these, and we'll call it Los Angeles Fashion. Okay. We'll put these in the desktop just for now. And once this finishes, I'll give you guys a quick look on the 3 of them that we have so far. And then we'll continue to edit these on a different day. So, check it out. Boom. Not bad. We'll put them over here. Nice. 2. Boo. 3. I kind of like it. See, now I'm just thinking maybe we'll make the sparkle on the earring a little bit brighter. But yeah, it's really just shooting with intention, like kind of knowing where you want to take the image. That way you don't have to spend a lot of time in Photoshop like I'm doing right now. But right now we're just playing around with it. Once we land into something, into like something that actually works, we'll stick with that. And hopefully we'll end up with maybe 8 to 10 solid images. That might be a little ambitious because we don't have a lot of variety. But that's what we're going to work and try to see if we can find it. Anyway, if you stuck around with me, thank you so much. I hope you guys liked this live. And I'll try to actually do this more often where we're editing and we're kind of like working through like an actual behind the scenes of the process of how we're getting to where we want to go on a photo shoot or on an image. And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun. But I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you probably, like I said, tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for watching.